To start with your CAT 2025 registration, go to imcat.ac.in. That's a website of CAT. And once you go there, you will see this particular screen. Now in this screen, there are new candidate registration, registered candidate login, the CAT 2024 scorecard login, and the registration of non-IIM institutions for CAT 2025. Now this particular part is not for you because this is for institutions which are looking forward to take the CAT score for their admission process. So this you don't have to fill. And this CAT 2024 scorecard login is basically for all those people who have already written CAT 2024 and want to access their scorecard. So for the CAT 2025, these are the two buttons which we will be using. And if you actually look at on your left side, you'll also see the important dates. So August 1, 2025, the CAT form has started. 13th of September is the last date. November 5th, you can download your admit card by logging into your CAT login itself. And November 30th is the CAT examination. Scroll down and you have three sections here, the No More, Quick Tour and the certificate. Under the No More, you have the advertisement for CAT, the eligibility criteria, which I think all of you should go check it out. The information bulletin gives you a complete detail of the CAT examination and the IIMs. And you have the media release, the press release, and also at the end here, you have the selection process for IIMs 2025. If you have any other doubts related to the CAT form filling, apart from what I've been discussing here, you can go through the registration guide as well. And then in the certificate area, there are a lot of certificate formats put up there, out of which 3 of them are for PWD candidate, and there is one scribe affidavit for people who are using a scribe. So all these are for PWD candidate. This final year certificate template is not required as of now for filling up the CAT form, and the NC-OBC, EWS and SC/ST templates which are given here are just a sample. You need not have the exact same certificate with you because a lot of states have already implemented the digital certificate, and the digital certificate looks a little bit different from what is given here, but that's fine. That's the government certificate and that's what holds, right? Also, if you do not have a certificate, then you are going to take an undertaking, and in this undertaking, you need to use this form to fill up the undertaking saying that you will be submitting the NC-OBC or the EWS certificate later on when you go for the interview. Now go up and you can now register as a new candidate. Click on it and you need to fill up your basic details, your name, date of birth, email ID and the phone number. You'll get an OTP on your email and the OTP on your phone number as an SMS. Both of these are different OTPs to confirm your email address and to confirm your phone number. Once you have confirmed and verified it, your login will be created. You will have a user ID and a password sent to your mail as well as an SMS to your phone number. You can take the user ID and the password and click on the login and log into the page. Now, when you log in, all your details are mentioned here. Your user ID, that's 8 digits. I have blurred the other 4 digits. Your name, your date of birth, your country, your email ID, your mobile number. And then you have a tab here called as Go to Application. So you can click on that and go to the application. In the application section, there are 6 different sections. So you have personal details, academics, work experience, programs, test city, and declaration. We are going to go one by one into each one of them and understand how to fill up each part. Your personal detail is pretty much simple. You have the name already given there, which you have filled up earlier, but you also need to fill up your first name and the last name separately, your father's name, mother's name, and if you're married, your spouse's name. Your date of birth will be shown here, and you need to now choose your gender, nationality, and the category, and whether you belong to the PWD category or not. Once you've done that, you can scroll down and you will see your communication address details. So fill in your communication address here, and your primary email address will be shown here. You can also put an alternate email address. It's good to have because you'll then have 2 email address in case of any problem with your primary email address. They'll be using your alternate email address, right? Your primary mobile number is mentioned here, and apart from this, it also asks you to fill in your permanent address. Now see, let's understand that the communication address and the permanent address is not much of a use here because CAT or the IIMs don't send you any physical copy by mail or by post. Okay, so you can mark this as yes, and when you mark it as yes, your communication address will itself be filled into your permanent address. Once that is done, you can go below and fill in your emergency mobile number and the relationship of the person whose mobile number you have given there. And once that is done, you can scroll down and upload your photograph and your signature. Now, I would suggest you to read through this and understand what all documents are required. It says NC-OBC, SC, ST, PWD and EWS document also needs to be uploaded. It is not being shown here because I've chosen myself as a general category. I'll show you what all things needs to be uploaded when you choose it as NC-OBC or EWS or PWD. Okay. Now, here when you click on this part, you can see the photo specification. It has also shown sample photos. You need a passport size photo to upload, and you then click here to upload button, and you can go there and read the specifications once again, and then drop the file and upload your photo. Now, once you have uploaded the photo, it will show a view button here, and you can check whether your photo has been uploaded properly. Do the same thing with your signature. Upload your signature, digital signature here, and once the signature is uploaded, you can also view the signature here. This form can be saved as you go on from one section to the other section. So every single section you can fill in, save, and even if you log out after that, this will remain like this. So let's say you want more details about your academics before you want to fill it in, you can just save next and log out, and when you come back, your personal details would already be shown as filled in. Okay, now let's go back and see what will happen if you choose some other category. So if I choose so here I have chosen general, but instead of general, if I choose EWS, it will ask me for the state or the union territory and the caste of the tribe. That's all that it asks for. If I choose NC-OBC, then there are a few more things that you need to fill up. You need to also put up your certificate issue date, your state and union territory, and then it asks for a serial number here, right? So let's understand what the serial number is. For this, you have to go to Google and search for the central list of OBC. Now, once you search for the central list of OBC, you will see the very first website, which is the central list of OBC. And once you click on that, it will show you a list of states. All the states are mentioned here. So I'm scrolling down and going to Tamil Nadu, and I'm going to click Tamil Nadu. Once I click any of these states, what it opens up is the list of castes which come under the NC-OBC. Okay. Now, this is a central list, and only the caste shown there can get the benefit of reservation. So I'm going to click on Tamil Nadu. So all these castes will be shown. It's a long list. As you scroll down, you'll see there are some 180 castes which are mentioned there. So let's say if I'm from a Tiya caste, I can put my serial number as 180. If it is Latin Catholic, then it's 181. Or if it is Puluvar, it is 176. So let's say I want to fill up Tiya. So I will put this as 180 because that's the serial number. Once that is done, you can fill up your caste or tribe name here, which is Tiya, and then this part is done, right? Now, if you belong to the SC or the ST category, there is nothing much because you need to only fill in the caste and the tribe and the state or the union territory. That's both for SC, ST, it's the same. Now, what happens is when you actually scroll down after having chosen a particular reservation category, you will also get one more upload section coming up here, and here you need to fill up NC-OBC, EWS or the SC/ST certificate which you have got, which is a sample format which has been shown here. If you don't have the NC-OBC or the EWS certificate, you need to upload the undertaking for NC-OBC and the EWS certificate. Once that is done and you upload it, you can view that certificate also. Now, let's say you belong to the PWD category and you choose the PWD category, there is more details to be filled up then. So if you put yes here, you have the disability measurement, your UDID number, all this detail needs to be filled up. And you can also then select whether you belong to the general category or you come under a reservation category for PWD as well. And there, once you are in general category, you only have to upload your PWD certificate. And this certificate also we have already there in the front page of your CAT 2025 website. Apart from this, if you are choosing a category, let's say NC-OBC, and you also belong to the PWD, then you will have four things to upload here. So photo, signature, your NC-OBC certificate and your PWD certificate. So once you fill up all this, and this is the PWD certificate, you have all these and the scribe affidavit. So whichever category you belong to, fill that up and the scribe affidavit if required, and then you can upload it, right? Now, once this is done, you can just save and go next, and your work is done. Now, before you submit, it will always ask you for viewing your photograph and the signature. So view it, check whether everything is fine, it's being uploaded properly. And once that's done and confirmed, you can just go ahead to the next section, which is the academic section. Now, in the academic section, please do read all the note given here. It very clearly mentions that your board or the university, if it has a CGPA to percentage conversion, you need to use that conversion. And if there is no such scheme of conversion, then you're going to use it as whatever is the CGPA obtained. Let's say I got 81% as 8.1 as my CGPA out of 10. Then multiply that by 100 and you'll get it as 81%. But then you also need to get a letter to this effect later on when you're going for the interview that your college does not have a CGPA to percentage conversion scheme. Okay. Now, when you're filling up any of the marks for 10th or 12th, one thing to be very, very clear about is we are talking about aggregate mark. So there is no best of 5, best of 3. Here, you're going to take the aggregate marks of all subjects which are there in your mark list. Now, for students who have taken the 10th standard exam in 2020 and 2021, you'll also be prompted this area where it is saying that whether you have been promoted without marks or you have aggregate marks. So during COVID, there were a lot of students who were promoted without marks. So if you click on this, you don't have to fill up anything. You just have to do a declaration and then move forward. But if you select aggregate marks, then you need to fill up the aggregate mark details. So which has maximum marks, total marks, and the percentage, which I'm filling up here as 500, 475 and 95%. Go ahead, and for the 12th also you'll do the same thing. So Central Board of Secondary Education, CBSE, when was the course completion date, what was the discipline, what was the total marks obtained, and the aggregate marks. Now once this is done, you go ahead and then you can fill in the bachelor details. So you are putting up as a bachelor detail as either you are in the final year or you have completed the bachelor's. So if you are in final year, you also need to mark your semester here. So it asks for the duration of the degree, the semester, the type of the university. So I put named university here, state, and the university name I put SRM Institute of Science and Technology and SRM IST. And if you belong to engineering, then it's BTech or technology. Now this, if you change to no and have you completed the bachelor's degree, if you mark it as S, then what will happen? Only that semester part is not there anymore because you know already that you're passed out. So the semester will not be asked for. Or the other 6 areas you still need to fill up. I'm going to choose final year and go ahead. And once I go ahead, I'll have the discipline that I need to mention, which is engineering and technology. The graduate stream is engineering, year of commencement, year of completion, and percentage marks awarded. Now, once here also it says aggregate marks has to be put up. And once this is done, if you have any other detail that you need to fill, you can go ahead and fill it up. So whether you are pursuing a dual degree course, then you can mark it as yes, otherwise mark it as no. Or do you have any other bachelor's degree at hand? So there are people who have done data science and engineering both, one online and one full-time. So if you have something like that, you can mark it here. Or if you have a master's degree, you can mark it here, otherwise mark it as no. And for the professional certifications, you can fill up the Fellow of Institute of Actuaries of India, which is IFAI. If you have, then put yes and your details will pop up here and then you can then fill it up. Or if you have a CA, CS or ICWA, CMA, which is if it's yes, you'll need to fill up that details also. Now, let's be very clear. No other certification details you can fill up here. This is all that you can fill up. Once you have filled this up, you can save next and go ahead to the work experience area. Now, here very clearly it is mentioned that the work experience will be calculated only up till July 31st to 2025 before your CAT application started. And it also says that only full-time experience after graduation must be entered. It should not be part-time. It should not be a project. It should not be internship, articleship or anything like that. And you need to fill it up in the chronological order such that the latest job is on the top. Now, also for candidates who are independent professionals, how it needs to be filled up is mentioned here. So you just scroll down and you see this particular button here. Click on that. And then you need to fill up your details, organization, designation, start date, end date, breaks in between if you have any, and the experience will be calculated on its own, right? Now, once you start filling this up, when you put the date, if your date of commencement is before your graduation date, it will not allow you to go forward because it will say the selected date should not be less than the year of completion of your bachelor's degree, which is what is mentioned on the top as well, that if you are a bachelor student, then you can only use the work experience after you have completed the bachelor's, not before, right? So this cannot be filled. So I'm going to go back and change it as a person who has completed. Then what will we see here? Then we can fill this up and then you can see this as name of the organization, designation, start date, end date. And once I put my break as 0, it will automatically calculate the number of years of experience. If you have any other experience, add a row. and fill in the previous experience, and automatically your work experience will be calculated here. Now once this is done, save next and go forward. And this is the programs area, and in this programs area you need to select the programs for which you are going to use the CAT score. Now let's be very clear on this. If you have no understanding of which programs you need to select, just go and click here and select all, because that's the easiest thing to do. Once you do that, only tedious thing left out is to choose your interview city. But do it, because anyway, if you apply, click on select all, and you applied for, let's say, a PhD program, but you're not eligible for the PhD program, you will not get an interview call. That's all. But for all the eligible programs, you will still be getting an interview call. Lot of people only select few colleges because they are lazy and they don't want to actually fill this entire thing sitting there. I would not suggest you to do that. And last year we had so many students who came back to me and said, I by mistake only filled a few of them. I did not realize that I'll get a CAT score to get the call. Can I now call up the college and ask them to add it? They will not add it. Okay, so please select all and go ahead. Once you select all, you will fill up your interview details, city details here, and then you can, after you fill up all your interview city details, you can save next and go ahead. Now the next one is a test city. So here you have to give your preference of test city starting from 1 to 5. And in this, I'm going to enter Chennai, Vellore, Kanchipuram. Chittoor is also very close to me, and Puducherry is also close. So the 4th and 5th I put as Chittoor and Puducherry. Once you have done that, save next and go ahead. There's nothing much in this. You will typically get your first preferred state city itself. Okay. After this, there is only one more section left, which is a declaration. Here it very clearly says that the fees that you need to pay is 2,600 for the application. Your name will be mentioned there, and you can just scroll down, and there is a section here which you need to tick, which is a declaration, and here it says you have previewed your application. So go preview your application, click on the preview button, and this preview opens up. You can read all the details, check everything once again properly, and if everything is fine, click OK, and you can then finish this entire process. So before you move forward, make sure that you are choosing what payment mode you're going to make, and accordingly you can finish off making the payment. Once you have made the payment to the CAT website, you will be logged out, and once you log in back, you will see that your application is completed. On November 5th, when the admit card comes out, you can go and download your admit card. Now that you have completed the form, click on here, registered candidate login, and you will be able to log into your portal anytime that you want. So that's all about the entire CAT 2025 form filling process. If you have any other doubts, do get back to me. I'm happy to take up any doubts you have on the comment. I'll reply to you within 24 hours. I hope this entire session was useful and this will help you in your CAT form filling. We're going to come up with a lot more of form filling videos of NMAT, ZAT, IB, SAT, SNAP, and all that. So stay tuned, subscribe to our channel, and make sure that you are updated with the entire form filling sessions. Thank you so much. All the best for your CAT.